I think we're gonna. Vince calling it the Miz Now. I like Miz Now better. We're gonna stick with Miz Now. Hey, let me tell you something. When you sign your insurance policy, for some brokers, that's the finish line. A handshake, they get their commission, everything's done. Then you may not hear from them again until it's time for a renewal. Well, that's no good. Your business runs all year. So do the gaps and the risks to your business. That's why I'm introducing you to Super Sure. If your company has more than 25 employees, whether you're the owner, CFO, or HR manager, it can be too complex to just buy a policy online. Super Sure is the super agency built for you, licensed in every state for your business insurance and employee benefits. Super Sure. At supersure.com, you can access tools like the fine print facts. It translates your current policy into plain English, so you know what's covered and what's not. It's really important. Plus a business value calculator where you can estimate what your business is worth, so you know what actually needs protected. Go to supersure.com/Bongino. One super agency, one for sure. Today's show also brought to you by a BY Call for Help. Berna's new compound help with Dia there, and it's Dan Ware. Sounds like a wrestling name from right. El Baron. Right, doesn't it? The old like when you put the mask on them. They are who you think they are. Folks, be proud. Like what do I do on this show? Beginning of the show, I hear a rumor out there. President Trump and his team aren't focused on mass deportations. I go out, find a stat, find a credible source. Tom Homan, he's the freaking border czar, he knows. We debunk it, everybody moves on. We don't stew on it. The left, it doesn't matter how many times you tell the socialists and the socialists in the media that what they're saying is stupid and inaccurate. It doesn't matter if you present to them ChatGPT, OpenAI, Grok, the Encyclopedia Britannica, the government's own numbers. They're just stupid because stupid is a choice and they want to be stupid. Here's what I mean. Ms. Now, MSNOW, has already decided that President Trump's primetime speech tomorrow, in case you hadn't heard, he's going to give one, I believe from the Oval or at least from the White House. And one of the components of it is supposed to be some new information about the 2020 election, which you and I have covered endlessly and all the suspicious nonsense that went on there, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, what day is it, Justin? What day of the week? Wednesday. The speech is tomorrow. What's the day after Wednesday? So Thursday comes after Wednesday, correct? The majority, yeah, he's right. Well, you'll see where he's going with that. Justin just said, pay attention. The majority's Thursdays do come after Wednesdays. Hold that thought, and you'll see where he gets this in a couple minutes. The speech hasn't happened yet. MSNOW and Stephanie Rule, they have not heard it. They've heard none of the information, but they're already convinced that these are baseless charges, and they haven't seen it yet. This is what stupidity looks like when it's a choice. Check this out.
It appears the president is entering a new chapter in his effort to question the results of the 2020 election and potentially sow doubt in the upcoming midterms. A new White House task force is expected to begin releasing documents on alleged and so far absolutely baseless evidence of election irregularities in the coming weeks. That is according to two officials with knowledge of the matter. An acting director of national intelligence, Bill Pulte, will be a part of it. I'm going to guess front and center.
Why not just wait? I'm not playing dumb here like the left. I'm not, I promise. Why not just wait? Why not just wait till after Thursday? Because as Justin said, the majority of Thursdays come after. I'm saying, you know what? We may have to play this clip next. Can you pull that one? Okay, that's really funny. That time. Sometimes they say stuff, it's not funny, and I ignore it. They don't. I'll be like, ha ha ha, whatever. That's funny. Thursday hasn't happened. If you were a journalist with a shred of credibility, how can you criticize a report as baseless that you haven't seen? Folks, am I Andy, is this like, you haven't seen it. You haven't seen it. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to the Martin County Republican Club, and I'm going to try this theory out. There's going to be a keynote speaker, whatever, be Joey Bag of Donuts or whatever. And before the speech happens, I'm going to tap the guy next to me. Joey, that speech was terrible. The guy's going to go, bro, that speech hasn't happened yet. It was bad. He's going to look at you like you're a dipshit because it hasn't happened yet. But it's already baseless. Don't be these morons. Trump team has lost focus on mass deportations. Actually, they're at record numbers. Why did you say that? I don't know. I heard it somewhere. Well, it's our obligation to like kind of look it up, right? I'm not doing that. I swear. I'd rather have no audience than be these bullshitters in the griftosphere podcastistan. To show you evidence. It's coming tomorrow, maybe the next day. Sign up for my super chat. Only suckers do that. Pretty soon, like, demand information. Here's what I mean. This clip is for later in the show, but this is what it looks like when you say stupid things like the majority of Thursdays come after Wednesdays. It's kind of like saying, you know, the majority of births happen with biological. The majority? You mean like 100% throughout human history? Like that sure. Might as well throw plurality in there next. Check this out.
The vast majority of pregnancies are in women, and I have absolutely no problem with using the word pregnant women. I use it myself.
Has a non-biological woman ever had a baby?
A transgender person can.
That's not a biological woman. Has a non-biological woman ever had a baby?
I would reiterate.
It's ridiculous.
I give up. Show's over. I can't take the freaking stupid. Folks, this is when I say stupid. Syak in the chat. Stupid is a freaking choice. You know, Vince is right. Chatting with Vince, the interview, he's like, you know why this content is so good, so terrible for the country, so good for the US? Because it enrages people, because it's so freaking dumb. I'm sitting here doing a pre-show, and I'm talking to Jasmine. I'm like, you've got to realize when you say dumb shit like this, that the actual majority, like 95% of America, probably more, knows your Muttley's in the chat. Muttley's mixed with the Syaks, right? This is like, they're laughing at you. They think you're a tool. Why do you keep going down this road? Why? How many times are you going to make the same mistake with the same stupid shit? Defund the police. Nobody believes that's effective at doing anything except increasing the crime rate and getting your ass killed. Open borders. Nobody sane believes that. Men can get pregnant. They cannot. There is no scenario. I am a man. I cannot get pregnant. There is no scenario by which that is ever going to happen in a quadrillion lifetimes. It's not going to happen, bro. Why do you keep saying stupid shit? Because stupid's a choice. Don't ever make that choice on our side. Because this is what a movement looks like. This is why, despite the Democrats having the media, academia, the sports world, even some components of the country music world, thought figures and influencers all on their side, we still, the Republican Party and the MAGA movement, continue to perform well in elections. Everybody's against us. It's like that Giphy with, there was a Game of Thrones guy with the sword and all the horse. I think it's Game of Thrones, and the horses charge that. That's you. And yet we're still holding up and winning elections because most people see through this bullshit. Why did I bring up the defund the police stuff? Because out there in Michigan, we got to play the opponent next. I don't know what they did here, okay? I'm being straight with you, man. I don't know what they did here. First, let's play up. So the Michigan United States Senate race is critical. The Republicans stand a really good chance of taking this seat in Michigan, and we're going to need it to hold the Senate. We're going to need it. The Democrat slate of candidates, all of these goofball socialists, are like, it's like the Jim Carrey, they're like Dumb and Dumber. And they're really that stupid. Here's socialist, communist, Abdul El Sayed, who's leading in the polls. This guy could be the Democrat nominee. This is from a couple of years ago. Talking openly about, why do the police need guns? I don't know, to shoot back at the bad guys, you dopies. I'm just playing his words. Just his words. Check this out.
Police really need to use guns. Do we need as much of a police force? And so if we ask ourselves about how we spend money in the public, where that money goes, where it comes from, we need to make a lot better decisions about investing in the things that root out poverty rather than investing in policing poverty.
It's not funny. You're gonna vote for this idiot? This guy's gonna be your senator. Why do the police need guns? I don't know, so they don't get dead? Is that ever? Why do they need body armor? Because bad guys shoot at them? In liberal states, you guys run more than any other place? How do you keep falling for this? Because stupid is a choice and you choose to be stupid. What the hell do you want them to use foul language? That's real. It's not AI. All right, I'm about to be surprised on my own show. Let's play the original first. So, you want to see why this crazy Abdul Al-Sayed could be a U.S. Senator from Michigan? This defund the police, why do the police need guns? Absolute imbecile, stupid's a choice, don't take it. Here's his opponent. This is real. This played last night on Hannity's show. So, you're sitting in the van getting ready for they pull a van up my house, right? And you're getting ready for the hit. And I'm watching this hit, and I swear I thought it was a parody. I didn't think this is real. This is real. This is his opponent, Abdul Al-Sayed, running for the U.S. Senate seat in Michigan. Haley Stevens, given one of the most cringe, I don't know if she's trying to be like a fake Newt Rockney on this. This is like the dumbest thing I've ever heard. This is like the Little League coach parody. This is the original. This actually happened. Check this out.
I'm going to be working on our behalf. I am going to be telling the stories on our behalf. And you better believe I'm going to be doing it with a little bit of joy, a little bit of enthusiasm, a little bit of energy, and a little bit of stick it to them. Because that's the Michigan way.
Andy's like really creative with the rest of the crew here. I didn't know that. What is that? Is this like, that they watching it? Money's in the chat. I have not seen this, but I said to the guys, I have to fire everyone if you can't do something. I didn't even expect them to do it. They literally did this in like 5 minutes. I mean, that was the actual time. I said, guys, you got to put something. Justin's like, I got an idea. He's like, do you want me to show you before? No. I said, just don't get me fired. I get you fired, sure, come in. I said, so I have not seen any of this, but they decided like this is a very motivational speech, Haley Stevens, and that we all should, because we all need a little motivation on this. So let's see what they got. Check this out. No, you didn't. Yes, you did. You did. Yes, you did. No one will watch 300
I am
the same way
going to be
again.
working on our behalf. I am going to be telling the stories on our behalf. And you better believe I'm going to be doing it with a little bit of joy, a little bit of enthusiasm, a little bit of energy, and a little bit of stick it to them. Because that's the Michigan way.
I'm snorting. Don't snort when you laugh. Dude, that is epic. Now no one will watch this. There you go. You did over. Show's over. Sorry, folks. We had one more sponsor, American. Sorry, guys. We're gonna have to refund your money from you. No, that's some Muttley's in the chat right there. That was great. Nice work. They put that together in 5 minutes. These guys are super creative. Good job. Well done. No one will ever watch 300 again. I'm sorry, but that's now you see why defund the police, terror group supporting Abdul Al-Sayed. Now you see why this guy's you're running against that. Oh my gosh, that was way too funny. She can't be doing stuff like this, and I can't get my head. It takes me a couple minutes to once I laugh that hard. And I woke up this morning, I was having like some chest pains and stuff. Not like that, like I'm gonna have a heart attack. But now I may just drop dead on the show. Call 911 if I do. Folks, these people are crazy. They are freaking lunatics. They are so unrelatable, cringy, and uncomfortable. Criticize Donald Trump all you want. That's your right. It's a republic. You get the point. I've said it 1,000 times. However, there's no more relatable guy than Donald Trump. We played that clip the other day. The guys put together Donald Trump in the McDonald's, serving fries. Nobody can pull that off. Nobody can pull that off without some idiot and trying to make you look dumb about it. Except Trump, because he's just the most relatable. It's ironic, like he's a successful billionaire with all these different real estate ventures and all these projects he's done throughout his life. You would think like he would be the most remote, unapproachable, cringy guy to deal with, because he doesn't. And he's the exact opposite. The Democrats, the pretend party of the working man, they're the ones that go out there and do this stuff. Here's another one, in case you think like I'm crazy. This is the easiest content in the world to produce because you just have to play their own words. Here's Rep. Nydia Velasquez. Now that we've had under Todd Blanche and Homan and DHS, now that we've had this incredible year of deportations and 0 illegal migrants admitted into the country multiple months in a row, what do they want to do? They want to abolish ICE and get rid of them. What's your solution then? Just let anybody who wants to come here ever? The answer is yeah. It's just their own words. Check this out.
You cannot put a bandage on a system that is fundamentally broken. We must abolish ICE. Period.
My 1966 in the chat says every Republican should be running ads just of Democrats in their own words. Amen, sister or brother. I don't know. I'm just telling you, like, all you've got to do is play their own words. They're freaking crazy people, man. They're crazy people. They tell you. Remember Dennis Green? They are who we thought they were. They are who you thought they were. I love this one, and by love it, I mean hate it. Here's the Democrat Socialists of America. This guy's like the co-chair or one of their leaders or something. They say this stuff openly. Watch him invert history. This show is not a history lesson. I love history. The United